Alright, welcome back, guys. It's another episode. Let me get reminded on what we have bait-wise. You know, the one thing that did not come in here that I would like is some red worms. We still have 80 night crawlers. Can I afford some red worms? Yeah, they're a little pricey, though, so we'll have to get those when we can afford them. We have spent all of our silver. Actually, how much are these really cheap hooks? Yeah, we could get, well, not quite. Alright, what time is it? 13:46. So it's a little late for our night crawler spot. Yeah, let's try to earn some silver real quick here. There's a couple things I want to test. We don't want to clip this. Let's just see what we're catching here. We could also go here. It depends on what the cafe orders are, to be honest. This one's got bread in it. Hold on. Chinese sleeper order, Crucian, Gibble, Crucian, white bream. We ought to try to get that white bream first. That's such a good order. And we can probably get it pretty soon if we're patient. Oh, you know what? I think we can go ahead and put we can go ahead and put ground bait on all of them if we want to. That's a perch. One thing I did right at the end of the stream last time, or the recording, I went ahead and got some more of these baskets. So we can now go we've caught some big fish in this spot in the like nice tench size kind of fish. We could have gotten lucky on or it could be like a big perch or something, but I'd say tench is the main. Alright, let's quit being so aggressive. I don't know what I'm doing here. Let's just try to reel this sucker in so we can actually see what it is. Well, I guess the downside of not being aggressive is it's just getting farther and farther away. Yeah, see, finally it picked. See, I kind of feel like you have to be aggressive with these crappy hooks, to be honest. Like, it's like a timer's going off. The longer you have that fish on this crappy hook, the more chance it's going to pop off. So, I don't know. I probably should have just kept being aggressive. All of a sudden I was like, man, I'm being so aggressive. I'm going to pop this hook out. I stopped being aggressive and the hook comes out anyway. Alright, let's see if we're catching any whites. Not yet. They'll start popping off here shortly if it's like normal though. I think this one already has the ground bait on there. So we just need to put ground bait on the middle one if we're going to commit to it. Okay. Is there a crappy perch order? Nope. It's probably good though. Is anything about to run out? Chinese sleeper's running out soon. Plenty of time on Gibble, Crucian. Ide's about to be over. We're fine with that. This Crucian's got a little bit of time. perch again. It'll be interesting to see when this changes from a perch spot to a something else, white bream or until that time we should just like throw one or two of the lines over here on the bank. Go ahead and start catching some crucians and gibbles and stuff. Until I see a white bream come in, until it gets a little later, we're going to start catching non-perch because there's no perch order, and most of these perch are not markers. I say most of, I think all of them have not been markers. So, I mean, we're gaining points in bottom fishing potentially, but we're not gaining much silver by catching these guys. Uh-oh. Well, guess what? It just switched. First white bream just came in. I still say it's a little early though. I'm going to put the bread back for one more time. Yeah, I picked that up too fast. Let's go ahead and get this one going back to the white bream spot. So let's see if that crucian even counts towards either of the orders. Not that one. It does count towards that one. Okay. And then the white bream, it's only got to be from 30, so any white bream's going to count. And that's 22 silver. That's really nice. And we'll hold on to the perch for at least to see a couple of transition in orders. Just the amount of perch we've got, it's possible that a perch order could come up that we might be close to. But there's a couple things I want to try, but we've got to earn some silver before I can even think about trying them. But one way or the other, when it's early morning, we'll switch and go try that nightcrawler spot again. Alright, we're going to try to get this white bream order done. You know, we may be casting not quite as far with the baskets on. They're not as aerodynamic as the pearls. I mean, the pear-shaped sinkers were. Oh my goodness. These might be a little more aerodynamic in terms of casting them. So maybe what I'm saying is maybe we should full cast with the cages on. This is where clipping actually does matter. That's a perch again. No, that was the longest cast, so that kind of destroys that theory. The fact that it went farther with that on it than with a pear-shaped. Freaking perch. I mean, I think that's in the 5-meter hole. There isn't a gibble order right now, is there? Oh, there is. We just need one more little guy. It's a small order, but give us a little bit of silver. Absolutely just sick of these perch. This might not be a perch. Just feels a little different. Can't really explain it, but looks like I was right. Oh, that was the one that was at full cast. I guess we could do that again. All right, we're getting there. Four, three, okay. Ugh. The nice thing is all this is off of worms. Ooh, goodness. It's a gibble right there. The wind just picked up big time. That's a crucian. I think that was just the wind blowing that. Still 3 white bream. 2 of those crucians now. This is what's fun. Once you start getting a little bit of fishing under your belt, start targeting cafe orders. You make so much more silver, and it gives you sort of a challenge to move from challenge to challenge. It can be a little more difficult in some of the higher level stuff, but it is still a lot of fun to try to do. Getting late. It's about time for us to move this line. Bread will start slowing down, I think, this time of night. Yeah, I think we're just 1 short. Oops. Yeah, that technically will give us 3.57 silver, but I'm not sure that's the way to do it. 3.5, because that 1 gibble's worth 1.65. So, I mean, if we get another one, a smaller one, it would be smarter to do it that way. Look how much that bread has slowed down. Bread is not as good at night. Alright, we gotta go hard into this white bream. Finish this up. Hopefully one of these will be it. It can be a small one. I don't remember if it can be that small. It might be fine. Yeah, they're popping now. And so technically what would be best to do here is wait and see if we get a bunch of small ones. But I'm not patient right now, so we're gonna go ahead and do this. 22 silver is 22 silver. And now we can get set up for what we're wanting to test between now and morning. All right, we want to get some really... Oh, shoot. That is interesting. So if you want to get really small hooks, you got to go all the way up to happy hooks. Which I'm not really willing to do. Now these are, I do like these happy hooks in general. Oh man, 6s are out of stock. Are you kidding me? Alright. We're gonna have to come back by here, but that's fine. I don't want to miss getting the red worms because we got to do a test here. Alright, so what we're trying here is, and I want to give credit where credit is due because I saw this on the RF4 Discord. Someone named Palinin Taruno recommended a spot at night for trying to catch a trophy ruff. We don't have the exact setup, but we're going to still give it a try. I just can't afford the more expensive hooks to get small. They recommended using really small hooks like size 22. But you got to spend a lot more silver to get that size. Yeah, and you'll see now we've got these like really undersized white bream we could have used on that order, but it is totally fine. We wouldn't have been able to get set up as much at nighttime if we had waited. Look at this nice fat one though. Whew, that's a nice one. All right. We're going to have a little bit of evening left, and then we're going to have to jet back, get a little bit more silver, and then we're going to try a little bit larger hooks on the Nightcrawler spot. That's kind of what I've decided is I'm not sure that it's necessarily the best recommendation to use bigger hooks at this point, but I want to at least experiment with it. Alright, so we're going to these tiny hooks with red worm. And we're basically just going to do a 10-meter clip here. I'm going to leave the ground bait on. Two of them, and I'm going to take it off the last one. I don't think the ground bait will mess with ruff at all either way. It might even be good for them, but I certainly don't think it will repel them. But just in case, because I've never tried this particular spot before, we are gonna take it off one. Just about didn't go far enough. All right, let's see if we get any action here. So I don't know, maybe at about 3 a.m. we rush back, cash out some more fish, and get those bigger hooks, and go try out Nightcrawler spot. All right, that is not what I was expecting. That's what I was expecting. So, if you are low level, leveling through Mosquito Lake, target cafe orders, and here is another spot that you can use, if this ends up being good, to try to get ruff. And you should be fine using regular worms if you don't want to spend the cost on red worms. But where the discussion, I saw this in Discord where Palinin Turunu recommended this approach. It was, I think, an effort to try to catch a trophy. And so that's why the specific hook size and the specific bait, but ruff will go for a lot of different bait. I mean, I shouldn't say a lot. Ruff will be fine with things like regular worms as well. So weeklies at Sura and Volkov have been on a range of things: night crawlers, casters, and even a foam rubber fish, which is funny to me. At Mosquito, the all-time ruffs are very spread out between the different worm species. So that's kind of what you'd expect. Ruff are not particular. As long as you've got some kind of worm in the water, they are probably going to like it. I bet we could put casters in here. There's a nice one. We could put maggots, worms, night crawlers, red worms. I think we would get ruff on all of those options. Can't tell. Yeah, there is one on here. If you do have a feeder that has sensitivity, of course with ruff you're going to want to turn that sensitivity all the way down to the smallest level so you can actually see when these things give you a bite. And ruff, at least so far, even with the new mechanics, they don't seem to be nibbling for very long. They have been getting right on there. Just ruff after ruff. About 2 more in-game hours and then we're heading off. It'll be interesting. I know ruff are really good for cafe orders. I don't remember if, in general, if you have a bunch of marker ruff, if it like sells for decent. I just don't know. Maybe we'll get lucky and there actually will be a ruff order. A couple of those orders will have changed by then, so. Ooh, if this is a ruff, this has got a big one. Got a big one. Oof, 96 gram. Alright, so let's see. What do we think trophy ruff size starts at? I don't remember. Might be 150, might be like 120, might be 100. I just don't know. The other thing that we're starting to do is, as you can imagine, we're starting to find specific hotspots that work at different times during the day, right? So you can be pretty efficient moving from one time to the next. If you're looking to get some good bait fish, this would also be a good spot. Switching between white bream and ruff. Catch a lot of bait fish that way for higher level players that are trying to use live bait. Now we will do the price test to make sure that I really just don't like the way this one was. Whoa. See, that's why we hadn't caught any fish on this one, guys. We got like some kind of ghost snag going here or something. All right. That rod is out. We're going to have to relog real quick. So we are just fishing with 2 rods here. I was wondering why we had not gotten a bite in so long on that rig. We're not going to go much longer, and then we will relog so that we can get our rig back. I don't think there's a way to do this. I don't know of any way. You're kidding me. Wow. I wonder if this spot is known for those snags. That is bizarre. We'll have to try this again and see if it happens again. All right, I'll be right back. Here we go. That was disappointing. I hate to buy cheap hooks, but I also just don't think we can afford to throw too much silver at hooks right now. No rough order, so a tench order came up. How much longer is on this? 53 hours. Okay, we'll hold off a little longer. So 15 silver for those rough. It's more than what we paid for the red worms. That's nice. We don't think another white bream order is going to come up. All right, that puts us up to 27 silver. We'll hold on to everything else. Let's see how much we can stand to spend on hooks here. Two and a half star. These are 3.5 star hooks. 2 star. I always feel like it's between that 2 star, a little cheaper, or that. I also like the blue, but it's only 2.5 stars, so 3.5 star. At least is like quality wise. Let's just do it. It is an investment, but these are good. These are decent hooks that we will use for a long time. A long, long time. Let's go get set up. Let's do this test. This is going to be an expensive test. If it doesn't work out, then we have definitely just spent some silver. Although, like I said, we'll use those hooks, you know, on this account for a long time. Size 6 hooks are good sizes to have. You're going to end up wanting to have, for a lot of species, sort of size 10, 8, 6, 4. you know, those are some pretty commonly used hooks for a lot of the small to mid-sized fish in the game. Trying to get bigger versions of them. So we'll see how this goes. We may get wrecked here. I don't know how much of like danger we're putting ourselves in by going to this size hook, but I kind of want to find out. All right. Let's make sure we get this thing set up correctly. And let's go to a 10 clip. I just want to try this. We'll see. Hopefully we don't get it snagged in those weeds right there. I don't think it did. Ten is definitely putting it in the weeds, so that might be a little scary. But we're going to try it. And I definitely think 10 is appropriate on this last one because we're kind of throwing off to the right here. I don't know that even was a full cast. That's all right. All right, let's see what happens. We may have just unnecessarily spent some silver, but hopefully we'll have some nice results. So the idea here, of course, is using bigger hooks, trying to focus in on the trophy or larger versions of fish here. Be interesting to see if we still keep sleepers or if the change in hook size does change any of the fish that we catch in this spot off night crawlers. And we want to be here from about 5 a.m. till at least 10 a.m., maybe even close to noon. And let's see how it goes. I think I made all the ground bait we can. Oh, maybe not. Let's try to be patient here before I start feeling like we made a huge mistake. We are up to 22.7 on bottom fishing. We're going to be at Paternoster before you know it. If there's even an advantage to using Paternoster at this point, I'm not sure that there will be. Well, we may have definitely slowed the bite rate down. One thing we can definitely try if we don't start getting them soon here, is moving to back to 8-meter clips, at least on the middle one and left one. But we did get a nibble on that far left one, so. But you don't want to slow down the bite rate too much. Might be worth trying size 8s. Or even 10s. Just sort of moving up slowly. We made such a big jump from 12 to 6 here. Alright, there we go. Starting to come now. Yep, that is a trophy, ladies and gentlemen. That is a trophy. 446 grams. It's not quite a trophy, but it's a nice one. So maybe it was the time more than the hook size. Maybe the bite started to become a little more active at 6. I don't know. But that was like real quick there, wasn't it? 446 grams. But, you know, remember, we typically catch, I mean, I have to go back and look, but at least 12 or more sleepers during the time that we fish in this spot, maybe more than that. And we've averaged 1 trophy a session. So we'd have to get more than 1 here, I would say, to make it worth going to larger size hooks and theoretically decreasing our bite rate a little bit. We haven't caught one on the far left line yet. If we do catch one, or even if we don't, I may just move it. But I kind of want to put it more just to the left of the reeds and try that. Still see the tension slightly in the top of the line. There we go. That's a big one. Not a trophy, but that's one of those where the over 300 grams, like you're getting into pretty decent silver territory. All right, let's put this one way over to the right. I wanted to be a little bit even farther than that, but that's good. So if you're in this spot and you have your bait crafting up a little higher, my understanding is that semolina is working pretty good in this spot as well. That might target the crucian and gibbles a little better. I guess we could throw in a piece of bread and see if crucian and gibbles are biting here at all. They're not liking the night crawlers right now, which I've never known them to like night crawlers, but didn't we see on the weekly list? I don't know that we can... We're not going to find crucian and gibble here, are we? Oh, wait, there's mosquito. So pearl barley. Yep, nightcrawler. See, I don't know. It's just nightcrawler at Octuba as well. It's weird. It's a new one for me. I don't know if I just missed it or what, but I've never thought of nightcrawlers catching crucian and gibbles. I think it is fair to say, at least unless it's weather or some other condition affecting it, that the larger hooks have slowed down the bite rate. At least a little bit. Another nice one, though. So I have moved that one back to an 8 clip. And I am going to start over with this fella because it's been in the water a long time. Let's let that ground bait get fresh. We're going to put it off a little bit more to the side there. Whoa. This might be the danger. Let's see if we can't. Yeah, he's just like free running on us. He's going to pop off. You know, unless it's just something that tires itself out pretty quick. He is just going to pop off of there. The first... Yeah, there we go. Good. I think fish got away, right? Yeah. The frustrating thing is, if we spend an hour chasing that thing around this lake, we're going to miss out on more manageable fish. So I guess I'll leave that to your speculation on what that was. Oh, wait. I went too far, didn't I? This is a trophy if it's a... Oh, look at that. We did catch a gibble. Okay. I was going to say, if that's a Chinese sleeper, we are in business. So, I don't know. What do we think that was? Running on us like that. It could have been a common carp here. It certainly could have been a common carp at Mosquito. To me, that's what makes the most sense with the way it was running and how it felt. But I don't know. We've caught 6 nice fish in this spot. We've got about 2 more in-game hours before we're going to go do something else. Probably just try to catch a bunch of crucian and gibbles off bread. Maybe fill out a couple cafe orders. Interesting. All of a sudden we are on the gibbles. Just on the middle line though. Alright. Once again, far left rig. The cursed rig, not catching anything at the moment. Come on. Come on now. We are fishing in a spot right now. There you go. Let's get all 3 rigs going now. Let's have about an hour and a half of intense fishing. Come on now. Let's do it. Don't go away. Stay with it. Stay with it, fish. There you go. There you go. We've got another one on too. 320, that's what I'm talking about. That's a nice one. Whoa, 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 whoa. Calm down over there. Rig number 3. Calm down. This might be a gibble or a crucian. There is the culprit, ladies and gentlemen. A common carp, maybe 2 or 3 times that size, is what we were dealing with last time that happened. When it ran on us. So there's going to be the risk you run, is hooking into a common carp every once in a while. Which, if you've upgraded your gear once past where we are with our beginner gear, you can probably fish for common carp at Mosquito. You might every once in a while get one too big for you, but you know, you're okay with that. You can have more of a chance in trying to tire them out and chase them down even when you have to do that. So that's what you're looking at. And that's the goal right now. We want to keep doing our fun experiments for science, but we also want to start really trying to save up to upgrade 1 rig at a time. To me, yes, we can go to winding and do some very similar fishing as this on these rigs, but before we even think about Old Berg, don't worry about your level. You're gonna level too fast at this point in the game. What you're worried about is silver, earning silver, cafe orders, earning silver, and targeting gear upgrades so that you can handle going to Old Berg. Because what is holding you back at this point in the game, more than anything else, is the need to earn silver and upgrade gear to handle the bigger fish. Well, maybe we can just get 1 more here before we move spots. We did get 2 like mid-sized gibbles. We also found some ghost snags at our rough spot, which maybe next time we can test that out again, see if it happens again. That was pretty frustrating. That was right off camp, about a 10-meter clip. But we were getting snagged, maybe right on that shelf. I don't know. We could try a little longer clip or even a little shorter clip, and maybe it wouldn't get ghost snagged as much. And I really like leveling up ground bait, harvesting baits, all that at the same time as I'm sort of progressing in all the other systems. But if you want to be the most efficient possible, prioritize gear. Gear first. The issue is with the reason why it's so nice to do baits is because some of the best baits in the game, honestly, are just the baits that you can craft. It's not always the case, but a lot of times it is. But you can still do a lot of good fishing with just store-bought bait. And so target that gear first if you want to be as efficient as you can. Well, we're going to have to move spots here. It's going to be time to wrap this video up soon, and I would like to have a little bit of time just trying to catch some crucians and gibbles over there at the dock. See if we can't get 1 or 2 orders done. The spot does pick back up again a little bit in the afternoon. I was hoping with overcast skies and everything we might get a little bit more time out of it. But it certainly slows down, and the bigger hooks aren't helping. We still only got 1 trophy, so it wasn't that different. I think if, I would probably do further testing with like maybe size 10 hooks or 8 hooks, something like that. See if you get a little better bite rate, but still get a high ratio of... Because there's no doubt, like, yeah, we only got 1 trophy, but we did see a lot of just bigger ones. 2 of them over 300 grams. Those are pretty good silver. All right. I hate to do it, but we're moving. Oh, we had a fish on this whole time. And then it popped off. That was weird. That was really weird. Alright, no fish there. Guess we'll go this way. There's a lot of places you can catch, gibbles and crucians. I feel like that spot right off the dock, though, is fine. I mean, actually, shoot, we'll do it next time. Should have just tested that spot we were in, just switched everything over to bread. But this dock spot does give us a lot of options. All right, let's go back to 12s. Bread. We can keep the ground bait on there. This ground bait's not offending anybody. Oh, you know what? Let's take the clip off. And just for funsies, is there something else we want to try here? Let's see what we catch on maggots in this spot. We definitely got that first feeder way too close to the dock, but I forgot to take the clip off. Fish came off. Picked it up too soon. Let me take a quick bio break here. I'm a little antsy because I just need to go take a quick bio break. I'll be right back. Hopefully we'll have some fish on. Well, I hear at least one bell going off, maybe two. I don't see line movement yet, though. There we go. All right. Let's take this clip off. Yeah, on these little on these little starter rigs, you feel just about every fish, other than that rough spot. The rough's not as much, but just about everything else, you feel like you got a decent fish on until you get it out of the water and see what it is. Well, that's not what we want. So maybe it's happened before, but that's the first time I remember catching a tench on a piece of bread. All right. We need two more little crucians. One more little gibble. Oops. How much is this for? 6 silver? Well, let's see how much the smallest ones sell for. I'm sure it's going to be better. Not by a lot, though. Not by a lot. But it is a little better. So it's worth doing. So sort it by weight, and let's take our smallest 3. So we have 2 more orders we can hopefully get real quick here. We'll see. Guess what's not working at all in this spot? That would be maggots. Alright, there's our other gibble. And the bread's not going to work much longer. When it stops working, it stops working. We'll probably just have to be done then. Alright, we got that gibble done. 2 small ones for 3.5 silver. This is for 6.85 silver. If we find a good crucian spot, you know, an order like this would be worth doing, but we haven't found the best crucian gibble spots yet. I have to keep experimenting with that. It may be honestly the spot we're using night crawlers. We just need to switch up the baits in that place. It may be a bait problem. Did I just not tighten this up? Looks like it. We're not getting any fish. Oh, wait. That might have been a bite just as I said that. I don't think... This first line hasn't caught a fish in a while. Definitely getting a bite on the second line. So we just need one more little crucian. Up to 11 silver. How many night crawlers do we have? 70. We're good on night crawlers for a bit. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Wham! Ooh, a common carp. Scary. Scary things can happen. .8 more silver. All right. I think we got all the orders done that we were hoping to, or that we realistically thought we could get done. And we still have that sleeper to sell. So how much more silver are we going to get here? 19.8 more silver. It's pretty good. Be a good jump start towards what we need to save up for gear. We can start making some progress. In the next episode, hopefully we'll start making some good progress. This is about the time you want to switch to white bream. How long has this episode been? Yeah, it's already over an hour. Let's wrap it up now. $7.14 silver for the Chinese sleeper trophy. And then over 2.5 silver each for the plus 300. Alright, we're up to 38 silver. I like it. I don't think there's anything we necessarily have to buy other than we are going to run out of ground bait. I can't say it. So let's go ahead and get just 3 more of each. I like this little starter concoction we've got going. How much would it be to add? First of all, what vanilla, sunflower oil, or caramel? Probably sunflower oil would be the most neutral if we were going to do an attractant. Oh, that's not very expensive. We'll try that next time just for fun. And, alright, couple things that we do need to think about soon, though. This. So 27 silver for the net. We're going to wait a little bit longer. That's important. And then, not as important as it used to be, in my opinion, is the shovel. I mean, it's important, but it's not as important early. I think we're going to wait another level or two before we go even think about the shovel. Maybe longer than that, we'll see. Okay, very good. As always, thanks for watching. See you next time.